It's Brian Kapple. I'm your Athens, Ohio Realtor. You would not believe the nightmare I am having trying to get this video done. I just finished one and it said the audio disappeared. Let's see what we can do here. Today's topic, mineral rights. This is a slippery slope for us. How do mineral rights convey for real estate transfers in Ohio? I can tell you for me how they convey. Super slippery slope. I didn't even get my screen share going. Give me a second. Right there we go. All right. These things are such a nightmare for real estate brokers and agents. We even have a special form that's in our MLS that we have sellers and buyers sign. And in a nutshell, in the middle of that form, you're going to see where it says, basically, we're not experts in this field, okay? And we are recommending in this form that you go find an attorney, and they are special attorneys that can do these 100-year plus lookbacks. All right, let's get into this. In Ohio, mineral rights are treated separately from surface property rights. So a real estate transfer may or may not include them. So here's a breakdown of how mineral rights work in Ohio real estate transactions. And listen, I apologize, but I'm looking over to see if I ever lose my audio here, okay? Number one, understanding mineral rights in Ohio. Mineral rights refer to the ownership of underground resources such as oil, gas, coal, or other minerals. They are distinct from surface rights, which cover the land above ground. Mineral rights can be severed from the surface rights. This means that one person may own the surface land, okay, while someone else owns the rights to any minerals beneath it. And talking about some of the different types of mineral rights out there, I was talking to an agent over the weekend, and he told me he has seen a deed where the mineral rights for clay had been reserved. I don't know what people would be doing with clay today. Maybe they go back, to the early 1900s or whatever, because this region was a huge contributor, a huge stakeholder to bricks and other clay products throughout the years. Number two, checking for severed mineral rights. Before buying a property, a title search is essential to determine if the mineral rights have been separated from the surface rights. Many properties in Ohio, especially in areas with rich natural resources, have mineral rights that were sold or leased years ago. I've seen that. I've seen that in a deed back in the 1930s. A title search may reveal if property or if previous owners sold, retained, or leased the mineral rights to third parties, such as energy or mining companies. The buyer must clarify these rights, as it could mean they won't own or control the mineral rights below the surface. And something to take note of here, they're talking about the title search. This is not something that a title company does on their own, right? They don't do it. It's not like buying a house. It's a way different title search. I did one. I sold 60-something acres last year about this time in New Matamoros, Ohio. It's a big oil and gas region. The sellers they thought they owned the mineral rights. So when we got an offer to purchase, buyer contingency was we do the 100-year look back to confirm and verify that indeed when this closed, they had everything. Tyson and Brock in Marietta was the law office that we used. They have a couple people in there that are the experts. Their due diligence took a couple months. Thankfully, my sellers had the mineral rights, so when it closed, those all transferred over. And there was even a gas lease that was with that, which is something completely different, right? And that gas lease that was paying royalties also conveyed. All right, as you can see, man, this is super slippery. So conveyances of mineral rights and real estate transfers. When mineral rights are not severed, they typically transfer to the new owner with the surface rights. However, this should be specified in the sale contract and deed. If mineral rights are severed, the surface property owner does not automatically receive mineral rights with their purchase. In cases where mineral rights have already been conveyed or leased to another property, that third party retains the rights. Ohio Dormant Mineral Act, okay, DMA. allows for the reuniting of severed mineral rights with the surface estate if the mineral rights have not been used or claimed for a continuous period. The surface owner can attempt to reclaim dormant mineral rights, but this process involves strict legal procedures and often requires legal assistance. Honestly, from what little bit I know, I think that'd be a logistic nightmare. I've seen where coal rights were reserved, let's say 1930, that coal company sold them to somebody else. Then that business went out of business, and then so they moved to somebody else. So trying to follow that breadcrumb trail, yeah, I don't know if it's even possible. All right, due diligence for buyers and sellers. There's two different paragraphs here. I'm just going to limit that scope. Okay, make sure you know what you're selling and you know what you're buying, and that advice, right? And the right way to do that is to hire the right attorneys so they can do the right fact finding for you to confirm exactly what is conveying as far as mineral rights. That's the safest answer I can give you. Okay. So by carefully verifying mineral rights, buyers and sellers can ensure a smoother transaction and avoid further disputes over subsurface resources. And I got two things before we go. I'm switching tabs for property owners in Southeast Ohio or for people looking to own property in Southeast Ohio. This is provided by the Ohio Division of Mineral Resources. It's an interactive map. You can go in here. Let's click above Wilkesville. Right there, it tells you the mining company, the mine number, the permit ID, all that kind of stuff. Okay. It was underground mining, room and pillar, so pretty cool resource right here. And I just learned over the weekend, Ohio DNR also has one for water wells. So if you are wanting to drill in a certain area for water, you can go to that interactive map. There are little blue dots for all of the water well permits in the area that you're wanting to go to. You click on that blue dot. It's going to tell you how many feet underground it takes to get to the water. It's going to tell you gallons per minute. So, again, another great resource from the state of Ohio. Lastly, you can see on my ticker are the interest rates. Got these today from the Athens County Board of Realtors, the MLS site that I have access to. I did a little research on why they haven't really dropped too much. Forbes is saying expect them to stay, in the mid 6% range throughout 2025. And I did a video on this quite a while ago. Maybe I'll do another one. 1970 is when they started to keep track of interest rates. If you go back historically from 1970 to 2024, you will find that somewhere the average median for interest rates is somewhere 6-point-something%. All right. So we're not too far off from what the average interest rate should be or has been historically since 1970. Hey, I hope that this video sheds a little bit light on how mineral rights work and everything else. This is Brian Kapple with the Athens Real Estate Company. If you have any buying or selling questions, you know what, give me a call. If I don't know that answer, I've got a great brokerage where I'm surrounded by a bunch of educated and street smart agents where I can go and get that information for you. So, hey, I hope everybody has a blessed and safe day. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and maybe share. I would like that too. Hey, have a good day. Thanks.